Hi guys, this is Con88. I hope you're doing very well, Game Replays. This is the Invitational here, and we have the two teams. This is the second game. 5 taking the first game against UQ here. I'm Con88 myself, as I said. We have Insane Rabbi here, and on the camera work is Custodian. Shout out to S2 Games, they're sponsoring this. They're what's responsible for the €1,000 first, $1,000, sorry, $1,000 first prize. Rabbi, say hello. Tell us about the bands.
Hey guys, how you doing? The bands this game looking very similar to last game. The only difference, of course, we do see a Swiftblade band. Oh no, I believe we did see that in the first game as well. Swiftblade, Ophelia, Accursed. Now Polywog, notice UQ banning the Polywog priest that was solo Angry Testy or Tobacco last game. I don't remember exactly who played him.
Angry Testy.
Angry Testy played Poly last game. And we do see a Plague Rider ban who was also in use by UQ last game. That's being banned by Angry Testy. So both teams kind of adapting their bans to what they saw each other run last game. Last game was a pseudo push strategy with some healers coming from 5, built around Polywog Priest, Soul Reaper, Demented Shaman, and then there was Glacius and Soul Stealer. Soul Stealer did not solo mid, Polywog did. Soul Stealer was actually in lane with Glacius. UQ came out with a very good mid-game team, Wretched Hag, Engineer Plague, and Pyromancer Magnus, but they mid-game execution was a little lacking for those of you that haven't watched the VOD, and you know, I felt UQ could have played a little bit better, and 5 just really punished them for their mistakes. So to continue on the bans, we do have Demented Shaman as the final ban for UQ. And now we're on to the first pick for Angry Testy. So, Rampage, solo mid, I'm calling it. Darn it, I was wrong. Con, talk to me about Hellbringer first pick.
You know, Hellbringer, since you know, whatever, version 1, Hellbringer has been one of the strongest heroes. Always a ban, or pretty much a first pick. UQ answering with Slit of the Filer, so we can just see straight away that UQ are going for that heavy push. Two of the best, yeah, two of the strong push heroes there, and you know, 5 not in a bad position having an anti-push hero like Hellbringer, the best initiator with no items. So from the get-go, regardless of what items are in Hellbringer, they're going to have good initiation against UQ. And now we'll see. Now it's pretty obvious what UQ are doing, so hopefully the this 5 team can outpick UQ. Like there's still, I suppose. Oh no, sorry, Ophelia got banned. I thought Ophelia was still there for a second, and I was wondering why it wasn't picked. But yeah, so we can. There's, you know, half a dozen anti-push heroes that 5 can pick. Something Demented Shaman is banned, so it's going to be hard for 5 to answer with a turtle strat since they don't have the best babysitter. So if they want to go for some kind of hard carry like I don't know, Kronos or Zephyr or something, they're not going to have that really good babysitter. So they're now into extra time, still haven't picking their. Okay, they go for Corrupted Disciple. Pretty much something. Corrupted Disciple, haven't seen him in a couple of games, but he's pretty much the best carry. Now, I don't know why I didn't mention him actually. He's an extremely strong carry. He didn't get nerfed last patch, did he? Because he's just been so strong lately.
There was a very slight change to him, but I think it was more cosmetic than anything. I don't think it was significant enough to even remember. Because if something like his base damage got nerfed or something, I believe we would remember it, or you would see him not being picked or banned every single game. So the CD Blacksmith, we do have both of the magic armor reducing heroes for 5. We have Engineer here. Yeah, they're going straight out push. Pharaoh though, interesting. Maybe Rocket? I don't know for push.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm kind of confused.
Actually, Slither Pharaoh is not a bad lane. We may see Defiler solo with Engineer something. I'm actually interested to see what 5 pick here. We may see a babysitter with like a Kraken for defensive, or Behemoth, or Magnus. I think the Blacksmith pick, in my opinion, was actually kind of weak. Oh wow, we see Soul Stealer, who's probably going to lane with Glacius. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, you have your lanes. Hellbringer, Blacksmith, CD solo mid, and Glacius and Soul Stealer top. And then you're probably going to be running the Hellbringer Blacksmith lane against Slither Pharaoh. You're going to see Engineer probably top with. I'm going to say Magnus going out there. We'll see what happens. What's your guess here for Slun's 5th pick?
I'm thinking. We have to Valkyrie. Okay, so kind of Valkyrie's their carry, I suppose. Their semi carry, and a really strong ganker.
I'm just debating. Yeah, I think Valkyrie's gonna go well. I mean, Valkyrie Pharaoh is actually a pretty common lane in Europe. They actually love running Valkyrie Pharaoh, and then you could, in that sense, see Slither Engineer maybe, and then with the Defiler solo mid. So, it's hard to say. I don't quite know what the lanes are gonna be for UQ. Valkyrie may end up just being Roamer, and Pharaoh may solo. Defiler can lane with Slither or something. We'll see. But overall, very solid push strat coming. Yeah, they do. But a pretty solid push strat coming from UQ. And, obviously Soul Stealer, huge nukes to go ahead and defend the creeps from pushing, the basic creeps. We have Hellbringer's Initiation that you were talking about. Best initiator in the game without items in most people's opinion. Glacius just pumping mana to everybody. And with a pretty big AoE nuke. Watch to see Glacius in his build order. He may not max Aura. He may max his AoE slow first. Or at least definitely before he maxes his stun. So we'll probably see that because we're going to see UQ pushing a lot. The Blacksmith... Ugh. See, that's the one pick I'm not a huge fan of. Single target stun, mini AoE for a magic AoE damage thing, but I don't know. Do you really think 5 has the heroes to stop this ridiculous push strat coming from UQ?
I think it really comes down to how fast Corrupted Disciple, and to a lesser extent, Soul Stealer can farm. And if they can get to a carry status before they've lost X amount of towers, say like 6 towers or any kind of racks or something, then UQ are really in trouble. As far as the Blacksmith pick goes, I really didn't think Blacksmith was viable, since Blacksmith actually got nerfed again, and his dot that reduces magic armor, it now as duration, by the end of the duration, it goes from 4 armor at the start of the duration to -0 at the end of the duration. So it's nowhere near as good as it was. So I didn't really think that Blacksmith was as powerful as he was. I didn't really think that he was second picked. Yes, he was. He's picked second. So I really didn't think he was a pick, or at least a high pick like that. Okay, we can see looped sending out some hyphens, whatever. Anyway, as the lanes, you're completely right with the lanes. It seems Soul Reaper going bottom, going to be joined by Glacius, and Corrupted Disciples going to solo mid. Not rushing a bottle, which is what we see a lot of Corrupted Disciples do, which is kind of interesting. What do you think about that? I kind of like rushing bottle because he has such high base damage. You don't need those extra last hit abilities.
I actually think it's more of a mind game and knowing your opponents here. Knowing that CDs are probably going to just go 2 branches and a set of tangos, or a set of Runes of the Blight, into a bottle. Defilers can go huge amounts of base damage, like 2 or 3 Mark of the Novices, a couple branches, and like a set of regen or whatever, and usually be fine. We do see some potential action on bottom. Hellbringer and Blacksmith getting very close to Slither Engineer. Slither Engineer, of course, in the position to watch for a 4 gank from a 1-2-2 formation coming from Hellborn side. Slither watches the right side, Engie watches the rune, and overall it looks like nothing too serious is going to happen. That Word of Sight, though, does go down. 2 of them for Team 5, so they're going to be able to see rune and stop the pulls, and of course on top the Legion side does it as well to the Hellborn, so there's not going to be a whole lot of pulling. But yeah, I think it was just more of a mind game than anything, knowing that the Defiler may think the Corrupt Disciple's going early bottle, so she's going to grab some extra damage, some extra base stats, and outlast hit that Corrupt Disciple and keep him from getting a bottle.